Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age on the MysteriousJG. And last time we cut out because the basically because our controller ran out of juice, so we didn't get to finish with my efforts to quick check on hunting missions before getting back to the business of the plot. So this time we're going to check on hunting missions, not hunting missions, before we get back to the business of the plot. And when I say hunting missions, I basically mean we're going to go over to Clan Centaurio and see what they got to say about the fact that we're whooping up on espers all over the place. And Fury and Humbaba, whatever he was called. He was Humbaba Mistent or something. Yeah. We're going to, run into an Imperial. How can you guys possibly still live with us? We cannot defeat you guys by the hundreds. Oh, never seen a god standing over a gate crystal before. Very powerful beast. One touch can make you feel like new. Blah, 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 etc. Horny the Moogle. Also, I think we missed the only Grimery, whatever. The only special you can get extra cool items to drop from monsters that we're missing. A monograph is the one that we should have gotten first because the character who kind of told us about them, we never came back and talked to them again, and were rewarded. Ghastly. Oh, hello, I wanted to thank you again for your help. Our shipment has arrived safely. Business has been brisk. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten our arrangement. Go to a nearby shop, any will do, and look in the bazaar goods. I put together a little something for the goods we received. You shouldn't have any trouble finding it. Yep, I just didn't do that, and therefore I should have had this the whole time. New bazaar goods are available, and it's the Forgotten Grimery. Text dating from antiquity, describing tactics and guidance for those who would walk a given path. And we got the Hunter's Monograph. We'll talk to the Clan Provisioner in a moment, after we check in on Clan Centaurio quest. See if we got anything cool going on here. The mystical magic of wandering around in a medieval city and talking to everybody fades pretty fast, which is why this game's so atmospheric and fun, and then gets to be really a grind having all these characters you're supposed to talk to if you ever want to really know all the side quests. Up there's a hunt, Kupo. Here you defeated the Humbaba Miston. Impressive, Kupo. The fallen of Nabadi send you this with their compliments. For bravery ridding our home of the creatures that had profaned it. The Fallen of Nabadis. We got money, and then we defeated the Fury. We got more money and Bacchus's wine. 8 espers, Kupo. Yurik sends you this. Oh, happy fortune this life be mine, to live and lie in your stars aligned with thine. A nugget of gem steel and 2 teleport stones. Doesn't have any more hunts to tell us about. Gem steel is something that we need for the Ultima weapon. But it's also something that I think we can refine, so... Glory of the Clan. Attain ranks I don't even know about. Yeah, that guy's no longer useful to us at all. Hey, what's up, Bansat? Took down the Hunter Stalker, did you? Was Monid involved in it? Secret order from Montblack to find out the Hunter Stalker? You might have shared it with the rest of us and spared us the worry. All's well that all's well. We have you to thank. Good job. What does Monid have to say? Sorry about that business with Backgammon, using you as bait to learn out and whatnot. With this behind me, I've had time to think back and realize just how much people here have started to question my motives. Well, they say you have to fool your friends before you can fool your foes. I'm only glad I didn't notice the looks I was getting at the time. Who says you have to fool your friends before you fool your foes? If I had, blah blah, whatever. Things are back to normal. Funny, him being after that pal of yours all this time, I suppose it's only fitting you'd be the ones to bring him down. Sure is. Alright, so I don't think we increased our level within the clan or anything like that. While we're here, we can check in with the plant store just in case new cool stuff is available. And nothing new. We can buy ethers though. And yeah. Anything left to get by talking to Ghastly? Now that we've got his reward, will he say anything? Ever? Made it to the shop at the bazaar yet? Oh, and thanks once again. Yeah, not really. So if we want to do the quickening... yeah, you're over here, the moogling. The sensation you're experiencing is the moogling. Westgate, I believe, has the teleport crystal. I always forget. Westron. It's like a cool... Oh, again, you know, another thing, and Ald will probably straighten me out and tell me I'm... Well, he won't tell me I'm an idiot, but he'll think I'm an idiot and politely tell me I'm wrong. Another thing I've noticed between this game and Game of Thrones, because I was thinking, you know, Westgate, Westeron... Yeah, Game of Thrones loves to name places names that kind of sound like cardinal directions that are the cardinal directions they're facing. It's continents. The eastern continent and western continent have names that kind of sound like east and west, whatever. The game, but the books also, they like to spell Ser, S-E-R. They have various... All these characters have names that are really close to being normal names, but are spelled all oldie, Englishy, fantasy. Sir somebody, S-E-R. Much like this game likes to spell magic with a K. And I want to say it's like they're sharing some common, like, pseudo-fantasy goofball DNA. Could be that they're both referring to Old English spellings. In which case I'm an idiot. But, no, I think they're both just like, how can I make this even more fantasy and otherworldly and mystical and magical? We'll misspell some stuff. Yeah. At least they spell crystal right. So, the way to actually advance the story is to teleport far south. And the farthest south we can get right now is Galmore Jungle. So we do have to repeat some stuff you guys have seen before. But that's because there was a whole area in the south that we went to before that we didn't need to go to. I was just wandering around to see what was up. And what was up, if you head south... Because the plot, when you first come to the Galmore Jungle... They want you to make your way to the Paramina Rift, because you know you're supposed to be going to Mount Baramaces, and once you get there, the game directs you to go to the Still Shrine of Miriam, and blah, blah, blah. But the Feywood here is actually not someplace the game ever told us to go. We came to Galmore Jungle, and you could leave south of the Feywood, but you don't have to. Well, that's because... If we explored the Feywood now, that the plot wants us to come here, I believe we'll find a way out that wasn't available before. And in fact, the game is saying, Guru Vagan better start by exploring the Feywood behind Galmore Jungle. What's going to happen is we're going to be exploring the Feywood, and we're going to get a cinema scene that advances the story. So, Galmore Jungle is pretty much the place to be. And we want to go south. While we're here, I'll show you a screen where I would have killed a bunch of guys to poach items for our awesome Neapolitan... that's what I'm going to call it. I don't know how to pronounce this Neapolitan, so I'm going to call it the Neapolitan. Our Neapolitan ice cream accessory. In order to get it, I... came here and did a lot of grinding against guys that could be poached for specific items. But I'll at least show you the screen that we did that on. I am going the wrong way. This is one of the more convoluted maps. And you know what? It's probably not necessary to have haste and shell all the time. But, you know, if things get really dangerous against regular enemies, we can always bring it back. It's the kind of thing I would maybe equip during a boss fight, but... Oh, got a little bit of a chain going here. So this screen here, if you kill, like, everybody, all the coerls, other stuff starts showing up. I'll tan your hide, guys. But you sort of got to full clear the area. But really, I don't know how you would know that these undeads even show up when you full clear the area, unless you just happen to be full clearing every area. We're leveling up, bitches. We got an Arcana. The Arcana is starting to pile up. We're getting Ether as a regular treasure fairly frequently. Here we go. These are the guys. So if you you farm them, but you're using, instead of using your best weapons where you immediately kill them, using shitty weapons. So each fight takes a lot longer, but you poach them. So you build up a chain, which doesn't help you at all with poaching. Building up a big chain helps you with drops when you kill enemies. And there is a unique version of this enemy that will show up, and it's more powerful than the rest. It looks the same, but it's got a different name and higher stats. And I'm not going to bother to show it because it really just doesn't look any different at all. And it comes out if you kill enough of those. Let's get to the Feywood and continue the story. Now, I don't know if I'd noticed how cool the music is around here, if this was even the music that played before. Probably wasn't paying too much attention to the music before. Spent a little bit of time here off screen exploring, but not much. Once I was strong enough to handle them, the few enemies we can encounter here are actually the best experience that I can get at this point in the game. We'll see if that continues. Oh. Much more dramatic music than is probably required. It kills immense. We are facing the wrong way, but there's treasure up here that I missed. 5 gil, whatever. You can see nothing here is a threat to me at this point. Because I was able to handle myself reasonably well here when we first got to Galmor Jungle, to tell you the truth. But we get Prime Pelts. And we're getting Arcana. I wonder how much Arcana I have. That is not something I particularly want to sell, because I think I need that for a couple of different recipes. Gem Steel... Oh, at some point I reordered these. It doesn't order them alphabetically. It reorders them according to its own thing. Now I got 21 of these. So at some point I need to actually figure out what to start doing with those, because they'll just stockpile and I'll be wasting them. So the map is not working with me, but I just kind of want to go south. We've come into the mist. That's why the maps are not working. The dust. We're here in the dust. We need to turn Kupo energy. There, you see? I got to make the Kupo energy joke. We're going to create additional oxygen by using Kupo energy. Holy Elemental, you've been out too long in the midnight sea. That's for the hell of it. Let's attack the Holy Elemental. It's probably not that dangerous at this point. And it drops Holy Magicite, which I don't think I really had been getting much of, so that's worth doing. Hennemines is not where I wanted to go. It's all back out. I could have showed you real quick how much less dangerous those enemies are than when I first got here, but it's not that exciting. Got an ether, and now coming into this general area, I mean, it sure looked plot crucial and cool. But earlier, you just come here and wander around and nothing. Maybe now, cool stuff will happen. Hi, ether. So they just show up in treasure chests semi-randomly. You can't really count on them coming when you need them. But against some of the high-end bosses, I will probably set up... I will probably be setting up gambits that use high ethers, because they're not... Like, if you run through them all, it's kind of tough to replenish your stock, but... There will definitely be battles where we just can't afford to be using little old wimpy ethers to replenish. So I'm thinking maybe this screen here with a save crystal and what looks like a path down but doesn't go anywhere might be where we need to go. Because that kind of looks like a path, but I couldn't go... oh yeah, that's right. Before it said a heavy mist blocks your path. Probably now when we walk up to it, stuff will happen. Other than a heavy mist blocking our path. That would be my guess. Let's see if my guess is right. If it's not, shame on me. Now that the plot wants us to come here, is a heavy mist still blocking our path? A dense mist prevents you from advancing. Okay, that was exactly what happened before. It just doesn't come to this, because they're like, no reason to continue. Penelope, you going to say something? No? Anyone going to get voice acted dialogue here? Oh, hey, it's her husband, Dead Titus. He's not Titus, but Van is actually pretty Titus-esque. I get the impression he's supposed to be more Titus-esque than he is. Like, everybody's emotions in this game are muted. Come on. Follow me. I guess we're following him. Anybody else see that, by the way? And here we are advancing into new zones. Oh, I wonder if it really does count as a new zone. I'll know when they give us the text name of a new zone. Oh, it's a boss. Okay, I wasn't actually prepared for this, but I think we'll be alright. Story bosses are very rarely a challenge if you've been doing all of the hunt missions and espers, optional espers. So this is Rafflesia, aka Biollante. So what we are going to do is we are going to equip our stealing gambits. And we are going to, ever so briefly, just because they're not expensive, we're going to quick do the Neoplosa trick. MP is draining, so we don't want this battle going longer than it has to. Stole a scream root. That didn't take long. Get rid of the stealing part of our gambits. Honestly, the freaking this battle is ending so freaking quick. It's probably not even worth finding something to equip everybody with. Just keep them going with the anti-trap gear that they'll need, or that I like them to have as we continue on. It's now slowed, silenced, blinded. Wow. The only thing positive it has is shell, and I'm just using regular attacks to kill it, so I don't know what Nectar Volley is going to do, but probably poison or something. Pollen dance, let's all do it 90 degrees. Poor thing didn't even get to use all of its techniques. I've got a glass cannon strategy. Somebody told me in Neo I'm using a glass cannon build, so I'm like losing to a boss 10 times in a row and then defeating that same boss before it can even hit its second form because I drain its hit points so fast. Although in Neo, for anybody who's watching, it's an action game where I'm actually doing... It's supposed to be super difficult. I'm actually doing pretty well. You can get past the first 10 videos where I learned the basics. Thumbs up from Pinello. Vanille is not this game. But she did have the... she's the closest thing to a Pigtails hair character in that game, I guess. Alright, so... we got whatever we were going to get out of that. This is the Redolent Glade. So let's hit all the treasure chests. A bottle of Domaine Calvados. Okay, whatever. And over here we have an X potion. And I believe that's going to be it. So let's continue even further. But it's nice to know that the ghost of Yuna's boyfriend there, or whatever, wants us to continue along this way. So these enemies are already more dangerous than the ones we were fighting earlier. Just in that I didn't one-shot it. You know, I'm thinking that she should have the Genji gear so that she can get lots of hits, but we're not really fighting anything that dangerous. At some point, traps are going to come back. Mirror Knights are, I think, one of the things that I used to grind against off-screen years ago playing this game. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch! He's the Juggernaut, bitch. Yeah, if I get up to 99 Arcana, I really got to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing with them. I do not think by themselves they are going to do much of anything. I think there's something... Oh, Dispelga! I've been waiting for that spell to come along for a while. Okay. The Undertaker's Urn. So now we have the power of the Undertaker's dead parents or whatever. Feywood Candle. Hidden areas. Alright. Feywood gets pretty funky looking. Got a sickle blade. Don't know if that's actually a weapon or if it is a piece of loot. Golden amulet. At one point I was really interested in those. They're the things that double your license points. But I eventually determined that, and this is proven true, your license points are going to max out far before you're going to need to stop grinding for experience. Did this thing just disappear? What the hell? No, whatever. High potion and whatever. So what is the deal with this place? I mean, does the story explain it? I've been trying to pay attention, but strange pattern is etched in the ground. In this sanctum shall the pilgrim find the truth and illusion both. Illusion betokens the true way. Normally illusion does not token the true way. It's kind of the opposite of what illusion is normally about, but I guess we got to go to all these cool looking zones, and eventually we probably have to solve some kind of puzzle. You know, Wheel of Fortune styles. Disable is actually being kind of useful. Hey, it's a couple of humbaboids. I didn't even get to see what they're called. I killed them too fast. Behemoths, I assume, because they dropped behemoth steaks. They're going for awesome attacks like Shockwave. My impatience, just general impatience, is leading me to frame skip my way past everything here. The dangers of giving you the ability to frame skip in a game where you can also set your party members to kind of auto battle. You could win Final Fantasy XIII in 10 minutes if you had a high enough frame skip rate. Okay, voiceless words chime in the sanctum, blah blah. Hey, it's the Serpent Eye. It's young Indiana Jones and the treasure of the Serpent's Eye. And we also got a bubble belt, which is a pretty high-end accessory. I had one of those for a while. Been giving it to the healer more often than not, if I'm using it at all. So I guess I have to hit these in a certain order. Illusion betokens the true way. Okay, I mean, it feels like they're giving me a clue to a puzzle, but in reality, all that's happening is I've run up to all of them, and they only seem to be available if I hit them in the right sequence. So am I going to find out now that there is one of these that isn't marked on the map? Run around to the center and find some cool treasure chests. 16 gil, huzzah. Solar Fang. Here's a zone that looks like it should have stuff in it and doesn't. Well, the enemies here aren't that threatening, which makes it fairly easy to... Well, apparently I got to leave. Oh, I guess between these two areas, I'll have to hit things in a certain sequence. That was just a spell taking effect. I thought something really funky had happened there as far as the larger puzzle. Okay. The true ways betokened by illusion or something. More behemoths. Yeah, they're behemoths. You got prime tanned hides, let me tell you. Reflectga. Alright, well, I'll call it a video here. When we come back, folks, we got some kind of puzzle involving these things to solve, and figure we'll probably solve it next time. I'm the MysteriousJG. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you'll join me next time for more Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age. Unless it's Final Fantasy XI, the Zodiac Age, but I think it's Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age. Bye-bye.